Hey guys, it's Sharon here with Every Single Dollar, where we talk all about business and personal finance. In today's video, I am going to walk you through step by step everything you need to do before you start an Etsy shop. And I even made a little worksheet so you guys can follow along. In last week's video, I shared with you that I was able to pay off $2,000 in debt by just selling handmade products. I have a website, so I sold a lot on my website through word of mouth, and I'm starting to get into Etsy. I've been watching lots of YouTube videos, and I feel like no one really gets into the details and really helps you make a really good Etsy shop. So I've been doing lots of research on keywords, SEO, and Etsy, and I've put everything together in this video, and I have a little workbook to help walk you through it. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name's Sharon, and on Every Single Dollar, I bring you new videos every Tuesday and sometimes Friday on everything from getting out of debt, starting a business, how to market your business, and innovative ways to make money so that you can pay off your debt. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, so you might want to go ahead and download and print the workbook that I have for you down below. I was super nice with this. I didn't even make you sign up for an email list because honestly, I don't have one. I should probably work on that. So no need to give me your email address or anything. You guys are just welcome to download it from my Google Drive. So why Etsy? Why Etsy, especially when I already have thousands of followers from our previous business and I have a website? And honestly, the main reason is they have a huge audience. They have millions of people on their website, and that's millions of eyes that I can get in front of, and I can potentially sell my products to. So that is the main reason I wanted to explore Etsy. Especially wanted to explore Etsy in 2020 because there are no holiday markets, there are no flea markets in my town. And brick and mortar shops, a lot of them are only doing curbside pickup, so you can't even go in and really look at products. So it just seems like the perfect time to start on Etsy is in the middle of a global pandemic. And honestly, this is the best way to start a business on a budget. I talked to you last week on how I reverse engineered coming up with capital to start my little handmade side business. And I think Etsy is like the perfect next step for that. You just have to pay 20 cents to put a listing up. So basically it costs you 20 cents to test an idea. It costs a lot more than that to get started on Amazon because you have to buy so much of their product for FBA at least and send it to them. Etsy is just a great way to sort of dip your toe in Etsy's world, I guess. That doesn't mean that there aren't some cons to selling on Etsy. The main one are the fees. I only pay about 3.5% in credit card processing fees on my website. And on Etsy, if it's purchased through one of their on-site or off-site ads, it can cost almost 1/3 of the sell price. So on a $30 product, I might be paying $10 in fees, plus I have to pay for shipping. Another con with Etsy is that there's no way to put them on my email marketing list. I sort of control my email marketing on my website and through social media, but these customers that I'm getting through Etsy, I'm not allowed to collect their email and put it on an email marketing list. So there are ways to work around it. Like you can put a card in your package. So when they get it, maybe give them a little coupon code if they sign up for your email list, but there's no like online way to do this. Another thing that I don't like about Etsy is that there are a lack of fans. A lot of our sales come from our social media and people following us and liking our brand and what we stand for. And you don't really have that on Etsy. People are just there to buy the products. I don't think I've ever just like sought out a specific shop to see what they've added for new products. Like I don't care. I just kind of want what I want. That's different than what you get on like your own Shopify site or if I follow someone on social media. Probably one of the worst things about selling on Etsy is the amount of copycats. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups with other like Etsy shop owners, and every day there's someone complaining that someone's copied one of their products. And that's just gonna happen. Like you're on a platform with other people who create all day. So you just have a bunch of creators getting inspired by everything that other people are doing, and it's bound to happen. So if you already own a business, like setting up an Etsy shop is gonna be super easy for you. But if you've never owned a business, it can sort of be daunting. You don't even like know where to start. My philosophy and my best advice is to take the path of least resistance. Do the bare minimum just to get started, because a lot of times this long list of things that you need to do to like properly open a business, it can just take forever and then you end up not doing it. Like coming up with the perfect logo, coming up with a perfect mission statement. It's another obstacle for you to overcome. So my thinking is to just come up with like the bare minimum list of what you need to do. And I've included that in the workbook. You need to define your business. That is something that's really important to do. And we're gonna actually do that later on in this video. And you'll want to find or create 10 products. It can be digital products, they can be physical products, but you wanna start with at least 10. I learned this the hard way. I learned it because I just put up like 3 or 4 products when I started my Etsy shop. And the problem is like when I did get a sale, one person, they only ordered 1 item. And that's because I didn't have a variety for them to look for. And I had to ask myself, like if I had maybe 10 or 20 items, maybe I could have increased my sale for that one customer even more if they found like other things. And they made me think that maybe I should have a variety of products. So like maybe some items that are $25 to $30 and some that are only $10. That might also be a nice way to increase sales. And then you just want to grab all the necessary social handles like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, figure out what your name is and just grab those social handles. And then you want to set up a bank account. I always promote local banks because I like to support small and local businesses. But right now, our bank is by appointment only. And sometimes it's like a week before I can even get an appointment to make a wire transfer. And that just really bugs me. So I found a bank called Aslo. It's completely online and it's great for businesses. I heard about it on a podcast. So definitely check out Aslo. I'll leave a link down below. And you do want to set up an email list so that like when you do make sales and you want to get people from Etsy onto your email list so that you can market to them, you can do that pretty easily. Remember I said there's not really a fanship on Etsy, so you have to think of a way to continue that relationship with your customers. That's all you need to start. I wouldn't even worry about other things until you get that list done, because you'll be so invested in like having your 10 items that you won't talk yourself out of just going ahead and starting. Eventually worry about, do you want to be an LLC, get your EIN? You can just worry about all that later. Now we need to define your business. And this is something that not a lot of people give you step-by-steps or in all the other Start an Etsy shop videos. And it's really, really important because, I can make an Etsy shop on tools for people who whittle wood, but is there a market for that? Why waste all my time creating all these products that there's no market for? I have a little exercise that I recently went through to help define my Etsy shop. And what I learned is like a lot of the listings I have there's no market for them. So I will need to be redoing my Etsy shop, and I've started that process. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is take out the workbook. First circle, you are going to complete it and make a list of everything that you're interested in. So I'm going to use me for an example. I really like making jewelry. I enjoy t-shirts. I am not a pantsuit kind of person. I consider myself a feminist. I really love politics. I really like to listen to podcasts. I love coffee, so I really like cute coffee mugs. I love to read. I am a reader and I love pop culture. All of those things, I want you to do the same for you. Like come up with this list of things that would describe you, that you're passionate about, you're interested in, and we're gonna put them in this first circle on the right. So I'm gonna do it. Okay, now we're gonna try to figure out if there's something in here and if there's a product that we can sell on Etsy that we would be excited about. And the reason I think it's really important to start with something that you're passionate about is there are gonna be lulls in your business. There are gonna be times when you're not making a ton of money. And if you're spending time on products that you aren't that passionate about or interested in, you're just gonna give up. So you have to really be passionate about what it is that you're doing. Okay, so we're going to use a tool here. It's called Keywords Everywhere. And what you want to do is put in your main keyword to see if there is A, a market for your product, and B, if there's going to be a ton of competition. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So when you put in your keyword search term, Keyword Everywhere is going to put some data right underneath that keyword bar. So here the volume is 6,700, and that just gives you an idea of how many people are searching for it. And then it gives you an idea of the competition. And It does that by showing how much people are willing to pay for an ad for that product. So you know if they're willing to pay for an ad for that product, there is a market for it. People are looking for it, and it's probably selling on their website. Another thing that Keywords Everywhere does for you, it gives you idea for other niches. So if you go and scroll down on the right-hand side, it'll show you other search terms that people are looking for. And that's how they're getting to the products that you find under the shopping tab. So maybe like women's graphic t-shirts, Old Navy t-shirts. People are specifically searching for these search terms, and it starts to train you on how you need to word your product titles to match how people are searching for product. So then you want to niche down even more. So I know for my target client, they're female, they're feminist, because that's what I want to do. I want to create a feminist Etsy shop, or a shop based with like feminist based products. So I'm going to think of what's trending in my target industry. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg just passed away, and for feminists, she is considered an icon. So I put into my search term RBG, because a lot of people refer to her as RBG. I put in RBG t-shirt to see if people are actually searching for this. And they are. People are searching for this, and there's not a ton of competition. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take my term RBG t-shirts. We're going to go into an SEO, an Etsy SEO specific tool to see what the competition looks like more specifically. Marmalead's really good for taking your product idea that you got from using Keywords Everywhere and looking at what the market is and plugging it in here to see what the competition looks like, to see what other listings are doing for their photos, and to see what other tags they're using. Because if you find a listing that's number one and it's using these specific tags, well, you know those tags are working for this specific product. So I opened up Marmalead and I put in RBG t-shirt because I want to see what comes up. The one thing I don't like about Marmalead is the searches and the engagement section. I don't think that's accurate because it's just telling me, I believe, what searches look like on Etsy. But if you've ever searched for a product on Google, and under the shopping tab, some of the first products that come up are from Etsy shops. And I don't think that this takes that into consideration. So let's take a look at that. Look at RBG t-shirt. If I go into shopping, look, first line, there's an Etsy shop there with an RBG t-shirt. So that gives me a good indication that this is a product people are searching for. But what I do like about Marmalead is it lets me know a lot about the competition that I'm going to find on Etsy. So I'm going to scroll down and look at what other products are for RBG t-shirt. If you look at this compared to like Farmhouse Sign that has like thousands of listings, this is pretty good. So I think we found a really nice niche here. So if you scroll all the way down, you can specifically look at the listing. So that's where I know that's the number one listing for my product, RBG t-shirt. And I can look at the tags that they're using. So these are tags that I am going to want to use in my listing. And now I want to go into Etsy and look at a really good listing so we can analyze it, dissect it, and pull out what we want to put into every single listing that we do. I love this listing. It does a lot of really good things. First of all, their main keyword, wooden name puzzle, is the very first thing that you're going to see in their title. They follow it up with like long tail keyword things. And when I say long tail keyword, well, if a grandparent is looking for something for their toddler or grandchild, they're probably going to put in, wooden name puzzle for a toddler, wooden name puzzle for a kid, wooden name puzzle for a little girl. They want to get specific because they want to find that specific product that like is the solution to their problem, or the product that is going to help them find what they're searching for. And that's all SEO is. It's trying to take what buyers are searching for and matching it up with the products that are out there. But the only way Google is going to be able to help you with that is if you are doing a really good job at finding those keywords and optimizing your listing for that. This listing also has excellent photos. Not only do they have just a photo head on of the product, but they show it from different angles. And they also show the product with different people using it. And that answers the where when you're looking at marketing, because when someone looks at a product, they want to see where am I going to use this? If it's a shawl, where can I wear it out to? So it's really nice to have a nice aesthetic photo for things like that. They can actually see their child also using this product, because if a kid in the picture's using it, okay, my child will definitely also be engaged by it. So take a lot of different photos, really good pictures, of your product from different angles with other people using it, if at all possible. Another thing this shop does really well is it makes the purchasing product so easy for their clients. So instead of making them specifically tell you what colors they want on their puzzle, they group it into color schemes. So if the earthy mom she's probably looking for more muted tones. So if it's something like for a girly girl, maybe pink and gold, they break it down for you so you don't have to overthink your purchasing too much. All of this is broken down in the worksheet. I do a 2-page sort of anatomy of a listing that you can use while you're making your own listing. All right, wooden name puzzle. That's their main keyword. It is in the very first sentence of their description. You always want to do that. That tells Google exactly what your product is so they can help find clients for that product. Another thing they do is they repeat the word puzzle, I think 40 times. From like the reviews to the description, you see the word puzzle. It's repeated over and over. And you need to do that for Google because that's how they're going to help your customers find your product. That's how you're going to make sales. Other keywords that they repeat over and over is for kids, wooden name puzzle, for a toddler, Christmas gift. They know what their target customer is looking for, and they know how to tell Google that. Okay, so you have your 10 products. We've gone over the listings. Now we need to figure out, how do we market? How do we get people to actually find us and purchase from us? And that's all that marketing is. It is basically telling your customers or showing the world what it is that you sell and why they should buy it from you. The next question that I have in marketing is, where should you go to market? So I started with just word of mouth and using my existing Facebook page from my existing business. And I've looked at other platforms to see what's really popular. A lot of people use like Facebook Marketplace. I've used that and I've made a few sales on that. It's not huge for me, but what has been huge, I've been getting in front of a lot of eyes on TikTok. So I would definitely check out TikTok. I would check out Instagram. You can even shop directly in the app. It'll just take you to your Etsy shop from the app. And, email, Twitter. It really depends on where your customer is. So in the next section, we're going to look at branding and really define, who your customer is, what are their pain points, and how do your products answer or help them with those pain points. And then you need to figure out, okay, where is that customer spending their time? Are they on TikTok? And then the next question is, how do you market online? That question sort of encompasses a lot of different things. There's this thing that I learned in this book, and it was that people don't buy from companies, they buy from people. So I've always made sure in every business that I have that I am the face of my business, so that when someone's making a purchase, when they chose to have their child's birthday party in my play space, it was because they trusted Sharon. They knew she would do a good job and give them a beautiful birthday party. And I always take that philosophy and apply it to everything. So you will see my face. I don't do like those overlay YouTube videos. I want you to know who you're talking to and like see my face. And it's the same in any business that you have. Another thing that's really important is to show the process of what it is that you do. If you make, party decor, like show them how you make it. That interests people. And it like gives them the value. They can sort of see the value of what it is that they're buying. And people need to see that. They need to see that like this someone's actual hands that are making this, spending their time making this amazing product for you. And it makes it seem, and it is, that much more special than something that you might find on Amazon. That's all marketing is. It's basically showing what your product is, how it's made, and where it can take your customer. And then you really have to think about who you're marketing to. You can't be all things to every person. So you have to get specific on who your target customer is and what kind of questions they have, what kind of problems they have, and make sure that your product is the answer to their problems, not the answer to everyone's products, because you will fail. Okay, in the last part, this video is not about branding, but I wanted to kind of do a little branding cheat sheet because it is such an important part of any business, even an Etsy business, or especially an Etsy business. So thinking of that target customer, let's go back to my shop that I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna do my RBG t-shirts and mugs and jewelry, everything feminist. I had to think of that customer, who is gonna be buying that for me. Okay, so it's definitely gonna be someone who's a feminist, maybe someone who reads a lot and is really educated and likes to read something like The Guardian. They consider themselves very informed about issues in the world. They might be single. They might not be married with kids. Maybe think of like a type of lifestyle that they might live. They might need really beautiful home decor, something that me as a mom with a little boy who throws balls all over the house, I don't have. Put yourself in the place of your customer and think of what is relevant to their life. So the next question on the branding cheat sheet is, what does their social circle look like? Who are they spending their time with? And this is where you really start defining the aesthetic of your brand. My person probably spends a lot of time with, her girlfriends, probably drinking wine. But I think no matter if you're married or single, divorced, you're drinking wine. So I can sort of see her, with her girlfriends, drinking wine in the backyard, like beautiful lights hanging up, having just like someone who really appreciates experiences more so than someone who's watching haul videos on YouTube. But that's a thing. I'm not no judgment, but that's probably not who my customer is. And she's probably spending time with, very like-minded people. So when I think of that customer, I always want to think, what sort of things about my product would they really value? So if it's someone who maybe is single, really likes jewelry, having nice coffee on the weekends. She probably has a beautiful home, maybe in the city. She's probably going to appreciate beautiful things. So I know that my packaging needs to give her that experience, because experiences are something that my customer values. So I imagine when she opens the box, there's going to be tissue paper, maybe some confetti, maybe a beautiful handwritten thank you note. These are all things that I know my target customer would value. And the reason I know my target customer would value is because I've gone through and answered these questions about who they are, what do they do, who do they spend their time with. That really helps you hone in on what your business looks and feels like. And that's branding. Okay guys, that's it. That's how you start an Etsy shop. Possibilities are endless with Etsy. You can do stickers, you can do printables, you can do downloadable files. You don't even have to have a physical product to start an Etsy shop. And it can be such a great way to have a passive income or even replace your full-time job. If you guys like this video, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe so that you're always notified when I come out with new videos every Tuesday and sometimes Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.